everyone, and welcome to Legally Us, where we break down the biggest celebrity legal cases of the week with certified family law specialist and senior attorney Rachel Bennett. All right, let's get right into it. Sean Diddy Combs' prison release date has been moved up as he continues to appeal his 4-year sentence. He was sentenced to 50 months in October of 2025 after a jury convicted him on 2 prostitution-related charges, though he was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking. The 56-year-old was originally set to be released on June 4th of 2028, but online records now show he could walk free on April 25th of 2028. Given that Diddy's release date was moved up after entering the drug program, how much time can participation in a program like this shave off a federal sentence? Do we think even more time could be taken away?
So with the residential drug abuse program, the amount of time that the sentence could be reduced is going to be determined by the length of the original sentence imposed by the court. So for sentences of 37 months or longer, a participant could be eligible for up to 12 months off of the sentence. So he would actually be eligible for a full year reduction on his sentence if he completes the program. Now, the reduction is not guaranteed. He does have to complete all terms of the program, which is pretty significant. And he can be dropped at any time without credit for any kind of bad behavior or violation of prison rules.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, well, Justin Timberlake is taking legal action in Sag Harbor, New York, trying to block the release of police body camera footage from his 2024 drunk driving arrest in the Hamptons. So the footage was set to be released under a Freedom of Information law request, but Justin's lawsuit argues it should remain sealed, citing privacy and legal concerns. The arrest stemmed from a stop after police say his vehicle ran a stop sign and he showed signs of intoxication, and the case has continued to draw, of course, public attention. I mean, it's Justin Timberlake. So what are the chances that Justin can block body cam footage from being released?
Justin Timberlake can try to block the release of the body cam footage, but under the Freedom of Information law, police video is generally considered public record. So that means that the default is disclosure unless a really specific exception applies here. I would say his strongest arguments would be privacy concerns or claiming that the release could interfere with an ongoing case. However, this was a roadside stop on a public street, so the expectation of privacy is fairly limited, but also considering that a plea deal has already been worked out here, so there's also no pending case. I would say realistically, a judge is more likely to allow redactions to the videos, like blurring faces or removing personal details, rather than just completely sealing the footage altogether.
Why do you think he did this now? I mean, you make a good point. Like, this case is done. So why is he doing this now, you think?
Well, I think he lacked the leverage to demand it while he was working out a plea deal, just because it seems like the evidence against him was very, very clear that this was a DUI case. But you know, news media and people want to see the body cam footage. That's generally when we see like police camera body cam footage, somebody requests it, and it's usually media, right? Because they have the in and they know how to make the request. It looks like there's pretty extensive footage, just like 8 hours of footage. So at this point, he's doing damage control and just trying to control his reputation.
So Shia LaBeouf was arrested again in New Orleans over a Mardi Gras incident. The 39-year-old faces a misdemeanor battery charge tied to a February 17th altercation at a French Quarter restaurant. He voluntarily turned himself in after a new warrant was issued and has a pretrial hearing on March 19th. The actor said alcohol played a role but denied it needing rehab, saying, "I think I have a different problem and I'm going to address it." So how could Shia's repeated arrests for similar incidents impact the charges, potential penalties, or the judge's view at a trial? Because he seems to be headed down a pretty dark path right now.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf. So I would say when somebody has repeated arrests for similar behavior, it's certainly going to matter in how they're going to charge the crime and really how the prosecution is going to proceed here. Right now, it's a misdemeanor, so this may not automatically upgrade to a felony charge, but the prosecutors can definitely take prior incidents into account when deciding how hard to push the case or whether to offer a favorable plea deal. And at sentencing, a judge is absolutely going to look at criminal history and see if there's a pattern, especially involving alcohol. So the court may see that there is some ongoing conduct and this wasn't just a one-time mistake. And that may mean stricter probation terms or even jail instead of some kind of a diversion program. But I would say bottom line here is if he wants some leniency, the court is going to look for some real accountability and a meaningful step towards change. And it doesn't really seem like the comments that he's made so far are really indicating a full set of kind of accountability here.